Well, greetings everyone, and on today's episode we're going to be looking at things we don't normally discuss when it comes to Bond 26 and beyond. We're going to be looking, instead of at future actors who could be in the franchise or potential directors, I want to look at some other roles that could be really exciting for Bond 26 and beyond that we don't really talk about that much. And that video is starting right now. I think it's fair to say when we talk a lot about Bond 26 and beyond, even any future Bond films, and assuming the next Bond actor has been cast and whatnot, outside of that, we often talk about, wouldn't this person make a great villain? Or wouldn't this person direct a really great Bond film? It's always generally those two things we speak about. And I think that's a bit of a shame that we don't discuss even other potential possibilities that could add a lot to the James Bond franchise. I'm talking here not just about directors and actors, I'm talking about the cinematographers, the editors, the music, and so many other things attached to the Bond franchise, which there are so many great talented people working out there. I'd love to see them tackle the world of James Bond and put their spin on it, and I feel it's time that we highlight a couple of these people, whether they've worked previously in the Bond films in the past or they're completely new to it. I'd love to see them come back and do some stuff, or new people added in behind the camera to really create an amazing James Bond film. And that's the subject I want to discuss here. The possibilities of people outside of actors and directors who we'd like to see work on James Bond. Now, before we get into that, as always, everyone, can I ask if you haven't already to give us a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It really would help. And if you want to listen to this episode but you can't be in front of the TV, you want to listen to it on the go, in the car, in the gym, or while walking, you can listen now on the Bond Geek podcast, available on Spotify and Google Podcasts, and soon going to be made on others as well. So please, I do hope you listen in and enjoy that one as very much so. Without further ado, I've done all my introduction, you know what this video is about. Let's get on to my first topic here, when I want to talk about potential cinematographers who could work on the James Bond franchise. Now, the first one on my list is someone who's very much known for working with Christopher Nolan, and I bet he even potentially would come back to do cinematography to do a Bond film, but that is the great Wally Pfister. Now, you just need to look at Wally Pfister's cinematography just to know this man is an absolute genius. Just look at the fact that he did the Dark Knight trilogy, he did Prestige, he did Inception, Memento. He's done so many other works outside of working with Christopher Nolan, and he is just amazing behind the camera. His shots are incredible, and it's amazing to me as a cinematographer how he really can tell the story in such a unique, fantastic way, just visually. The next person I'd like to see potentially shooting a James Bond film is Janusz Krasinski. Now, I do apologise if I've butchered his name, but to most people in the industry, he's known for constantly working with Steven Spielberg. He's worked with him since The War of the Worlds, nearly basically shot all of his movies, and again, you just need to look at those movies, and the same reaction I have to Wally Pfister. He is an absolutely amazing cinematographer. He can make the most boring scene look so tense and incredible. I always get excited knowing when I'm watching a Steven Spielberg film, it is Janusz doing the shots and being the director of cinematography. He is absolutely fantastic. And with both of these people, can you just imagine their talents being brought in to the James Bond franchise? I think personally that is a really exciting potential here, and it would give each of the films, if they were to do them, a unique look and style, which to me really excites me. So the first editor on my list is someone who has already edited James Bond films, but that is Stuart Baird. Now, Stuart Baird to me is without a doubt the pinnacle film editor. If I see he's edited a film, I'm like, yes, this is going to be amazing. So let me just add to my point here about why I think Stuart Baird should come back to edit another James Bond film. Let me just give you the two Bond films he's already edited: Casino Royale and Skyfall. Need I say more? But if you want more, he did the Superman 2 Richard Donner cut, he did Die Hard 2, he did the 2018 Tomb Raider movie. He is an incredible editor, and he knows how to edit a film well. So yeah, without a shadow of doubt, please Eon, please bring back Stuart Baird. The next editor on my list is Paul Rogers. Now, I'm just going to say one film and you'll understand why I think Paul Rogers should edit a James Bond film. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. He was the editor of that film. He made that film, I think, one of the big driving reasons why that film made logical sense and we could follow it. His editing that was incredible. Purely on the success of Everything Everywhere All at Once and how amazing that film was edited, please Eon, make him edit a James Bond film. That would be... You couldn't go wrong with Stuart Baird all him. You just couldn't. So now, following that, I want to go into now potential writers of Bond 26 and beyond. The first one on my list is someone I'm very much a fan of when it comes to writing, and you probably know his credits for so many years, but it's basically David Koepp. David Koepp has written so many great projects over the years and worked a lot with Steven Spielberg. He's one of those great writers I think can just elevate everything he touches, and as soon as I see that he's written a script, it just gets the excitement even higher for me than even possible before. Let me give you an example of that. I think one of the films he has written the greatest, his personal, for me, best film he has ever written, was the Spielberg film Lincoln. Lincoln is one of those greatest films of all time, in my opinion. It's right up there, maybe in the top 50 greatest films of all time, and David Koepp's writing on that was just absolutely incredible. So my second choice now, following David Koepp, is a writing duo that I'm a big fan of. Not everyone is, I really like them, but essentially it's Rick Jarver and Amanda Silver. Now, Rick Jarver and Amanda Silver, I think, are amazing writers. I just want to give you a taste of some things that they have written. They wrote the live-action remake of Mulan. They did Jurassic World, which I think was incredible. They did Rise and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. They are just some incredible writers, and I think they can write really well. And I think they have the right sort of mentality and the right idea about how to write a James Bond film. So I'd really love to see them potentially get the chance of writing a James Bond film as well. So if they ever find out in the future that Rick Jarver and Amanda Silver or David Koepp is writing a James Bond film, just let's consider ourselves super, super lucky at that. Now, there's one more thing I want to discuss here just in this video when it comes to behind the scenes, and that is musician. And let's be fair, it is John Williams. We all know and love John Williams' scores. He is the GOAT. He is right up there, in my opinion, with Beethoven, Mozart, all of them when it comes to writing music. He is incredible. And come on, need I really say more about the idea and the hopeful dream that we could get a James Bond score by John Williams? I mean, just that alone, I think, could sell tickets. The idea that John Williams could put his spin and his take on the James Bond theme and also create those amazing musical moments in a potential James Bond movie. Oh God, just wouldn't that be great? After all the amazing films he's done, like the Jurassic Park theme, the Superman theme, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Jaws, imagine him also finally getting a chance to do his rendition of the James Bond theme to add to that incredible prestigious collection. Come on, who does not want to see that? I really can't add any more than that. Just please, Eon, hire John Williams to do your score. You've got to. I really feel like you've got to. So bring it to a close here, everyone. You've got potential like Rick Jarver, Amanda Silver, David Koepp, Stuart Bird, John Williams. You've got, Wally Pfister as well. Potential names for cinematographers, editors, writers, people who can write the score. Just all these amazing people I'd love to see behind the camera help make a James Bond film. But I want to know, what are your thoughts about this? Do you like some ideas? Have you got ideas yourself? I would so much love to hear them. Comment down below and tell me your thoughts and opinions on this as well. As always, everyone, my name's Henry Stevens, and I'm the Bond Geek. Goodbye.